Hello, my name is Azmi and this is Brave New World. Today, I'll be speaking about parliamentary privileges. Parliamentary privileges. What on earth is it? Well, it's kind of like immunity for Parliament, sort of like a force field for MPs. Right? It protects them from legal proceedings. Our Constitution says that any proceedings in Parliament cannot be challenged as invalid in a court of law. So, for example, when they take a vote, you can't say that the vote is invalid. The court won't bother listening to you.
Listen to me, listen to me. No, listen.
That's not to say that the end result of the vote cannot be challenged in court. So, for example, Parliament may make a law which is unconstitutional, and it is perfectly within the power of the court to say this is an unconstitutional law and it's invalid. But the vote itself cannot be challenged. That's part of parliamentary privileges. Another part of it is the MPs. They can say whatever they want, and whatever is published by the Parliament itself also cannot be challenged in court. Now, this is kind of limited in Malaysia because the Constitution does say that if a law is made in order to control expression on the following topics: citizenship, the national language, and special position of Malays and natives of Sabah and Sarawak, if there is such a law, and in that situation, MPs cannot break that law. So they can go to court, but only in those situations. Anything else, it's fair game and anything is okay. They can even defame one another in Parliament. So why do we give this power to Parliament? Well, the answer is simple. Separation of powers. What is separation of powers? Separation of powers is when government is divided into three limbs. All right? So you have the legislature, which is Parliament, which makes the laws, the executive, which is Cabinet, which enforces the laws, and the judiciary, which settles disputes based on the law. The separation of powers means that these three limbs are separate from one another and are independent of one another. They have to be free from interference by each other. And the reason why we have this system is in order to protect the people from despotism, because if all the power was in one body, that's when you get oppression.
Can't do this to me! I'll strike!
The state forbids strikes.
I'll take this case to the Supreme Court.
The state is the Supreme Court. Our decision is as follows.
So this is why Parliament has special privileges, right? Parliamentary privileges. It's to ensure that they are free from interference either from the judiciary or from the executive. MPs must be able to speak and to debate, no matter how heatedly, on issues of national importance, on new legislation, without any fear. But recently, MPs have been taken up by the cops and they've been investigated for supposedly breaking laws on official secrets. Now, remember what I said just now? What are the limitations? Speech on citizenship, national language, and special position of Malays and natives of Sabah and Sarawak. Nothing about official secrets. What on earth is happening? You know, I think that something unlawful is happening here. The executive, and let's not forget, the cops are under the executive, are interfering in parliamentary affairs. And this is not right. This is a threat to parliamentary democracy. This has to stop. We cannot allow this to go on, because if the executive can control what MPs say in Parliament, then our democracy is a farce.
Of Africa and India, on the oceans of Atlantic. Shout! Shout!
We have to stop this, unless it's already too late. Parliament has its privileges, so do you. You can give comments. on Facebook or YouTube. Looking forward to hearing from you.